Hello and welcome to the cake tip. Today we're going to be making vegan orange truffles. These truffles only require a few ingredients and are super simple to make. These truffles are also suitable for keto diets if you choose to use the sugar-free maple syrup instead of standard maple syrup. The ingredients you're going to use for these truffles, the centre is made with cashew cream. A nice thick cashew cream is perfect. You're also going to be popping nutmeg into your mix. I will put the quantities of what's needed for the ingredients in the bottom of the description of the video. You'll need the maple syrup, sugar-free or standard maple syrup. Then you'll need the zest of 1 large orange. You won't be using the juice in this recipe, just the zest. You're also going to be using some vegan dark chocolate, but first of all, we just need to stir all of these ingredients in together gently. Just try and scoop around the edges first of all, because you are using a cream. You don't want to get it too loose. Once all of your ingredients are combined, you're going to melt 20 grams of the vegan dark chocolate. Do this gently and then afterwards allow it to cool before you pour it into your mix. Before you pour your melted chocolate into your mix, you need to make sure that it's cooled and very runny so that it's easy to combine into the mix. Gently pour the chocolate into the mix. Then begin to stir straight away. Don't allow the time for the chocolate to be able to start setting. It needs to be combined into the cashew cream. Once the chocolate's fully combined into the mix, you're going to pop it into the freezer for an hour to an hour and a half to be able to firm up to roll into balls. Remove your mix from the freezer and you should know if it's ready. It should be firm to the touch. You're going to need a plate and a bowl of water to make your truffles. You're going to need the water to dip your hands into to keep them slightly moist when you're rolling your balls to stop them sticking. You're going to use a small spoon to make your truffles with for the sizing. Just wet the spoon slightly to begin with and take a small scoop out. These are about half the size of what you would make a bliss ball. These are quite rich, so being smaller is much better. So slide it off onto your wet hands and just roll it the same as you would do if you were making a bliss ball. You might get a little bit more residue left on there, but this is the sort of size you're looking for. Complete this same process for all of your mix until you've used up all of your mix. You can choose to make them bigger if you want to, but they will be richer and they will take a lot longer to set in the freezer or fridge. Once you've completed all of your balls, you're going to need to pop them into the freezer to harden up. Now they do need to be fairly firm before we cover them in chocolate, so just keep checking on them every now and again to make sure that they're hard enough. Just remove one from the plates and feel it between your fingers, and then you'll know if they're ready. When your balls are ready, you're going to melt the remaining vegan chocolate. It's 80 grams of vegan chocolate, which you're going to pop into the microwave and melt. You need this to be in a bowl that's going to keep the heat if possible. You're also going to need a plate with some greaseproof paper on so that when you're coating your truffles, they don't stick. You're also going to need a couple of forks to remove the truffles from the chocolate with. You're simply going to take a truffle, drop it into your chocolate, and with your fork ensure that it's fully covered with the chocolate. Don't leave it in there too long because it will start to melt. Remove it with the fork by draining it at the sides and pop it onto the greaseproof paper. You're going to complete this process with all of your truffles. Once they're all coated, you should end up with a little bit of chocolate left in the bottom, which will be left for decorating the truffles. With all your truffles now coated in chocolate, you're going to pop them in the fridge for a couple of minutes whilst you warm up the last of your chocolate. This is so that you can decorate it by sprinkling it across the top. With a spoon, just simply drizzle the warmed chocolate over the top of the truffles from side to side, just creating a little bit of decoration. Drizzle your chocolate across the top of all of the truffles until it's used up. This creates a fantastic decoration. Once you've done this, just pop them back into the freezer for half an hour so that it just allows them to firm up enough to be able to take them off of the greaseproof paper. Once the chocolate's hardened, just slide the greaseproof paper off onto the work surface and then peel each truffle off of the greaseproof paper and pop them onto a plate. They won't stick any longer because the chocolate is now firm. Once they're all on the plate, you can pop them into the fridge or freezer, whichever you choose. If you're serving them straight from the fridge, they will need to be served 5 minutes before consumed. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and remember to subscribe for all future videos, vegan, gluten-free, paleo and more.